Hey guys, welcome back to the Cookie Effect podcast. I'm your host, Cookie Effect. How you guys feeling today? Hope you're doing great, guys. Hope you're doing great. Hope you enjoyed my Cookie Effect update video that I posted. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you guys so much for the new followers on Instagram. Go check me out at Cookie Effect podcast. All right, guys, let's get on with the show. On today's show, I haven't recorded a podcast since the new year. So this is my first podcast of 2021, okay? And that being said, I've been holding this in for a few weeks now. All right, okay, this is a very touchy subject. This is a subject that a lot of people do not talk about. This is a subject that makes people feel triggered. This is a subject that makes people feel uncomfortable. But I feel and I believe it's a subject that definitely needs to be spoken about. And everything I talk about with regards to this topic is just my own opinion. It's not Bible. It's not the gospel. It's not none of that. It's just my own opinion from my own two eyes and from just what I see and what I feel. Okay? There's always room for to hear other people's side and other people's opinion. So I would love for you guys to join in this conversation and add your own 2 pence in the comments and let me know how you feel about this topic. All right. The topic of the day is men, boys being sexually molested and abused. But that's not it. The problem is the way society mocks men who have the courage to come out and say, I've been abused, or I was abused as a child. We mock them, we shame them, we make them feel less than. We make them feel like they're animals, that they're no good, they're not men. You must be a PUSSY because you got tampered with. You must be weak because you got tampered with. Ugh. What kind of a man are you that you still moaning and crying about being touched? Ew. You're weak. That's what they do to these men who come out and are brave enough to say, I've been molested and I want something done about it. So yes, guys, that is what we're talking about today. I'm sick of it. Now, my inspiration for this video is RazB from the group B2K. Some of you may not know about this story. A lot of you should know about the story because it's been going on for years. Right, so RazB from the group B2K has been alleging for years now that he and some of the members of B2K were sexually molested by their manager, Chris Stokes, when they were young boys. If you're from a certain era of time, the 2000s or whatnot, you'd know about the group B2K, okay? And they were a boy band, you know, they were young, and, you know, Chris Stokes was their manager. Also, Immature was another group he managed, which had Marcus Houston, which was, I guess, his cousin or something, family member in the group, and he managed those 2 boy groups. Now, a few members of the boy group allegedly have been screaming for years that their manager had been touching them while they were young. Over the course of the time he was managing them, he silenced them, he manipulated them, and they tried to shush them. So I'm watching Hollywood Unlocked. Shouts out to Jason Lee on Hollywood Unlocked. And he was really, really upset. And he was talking about, he had an interview with RazB, giving him a platform to finally speak his truth. Because you see, this boy has been screaming abuse for so many years, and all we did was mock him, call him a PUSSY, say he's crazy. He's been acting out, don't get me wrong. And let me tell you, if you know anything about people who've been abused, it affects you in different ways. Trust me. It affects you in different ways. So don't think every abused person needs to act or react in the same way. It's not the case. But this boy has been troubled for years, and he's now a man. He's in his 30s. A man. And people are mocking him online. Guys are saying, oh man, you're still crying about this? How dare you? Listen, I have boys. I have 3 sons. And I'll be damned. I'll be damned if they told me, God forbid, somebody molested. What? Oh, I'm screaming it from the rooftop. Oh yeah. Believe you me. I am screaming it from the rooftop. I'm ready to go to jail. Oh no, we are not going to be silenced. So my thing is, why is it that in society, when men, boys, are brave enough to come out, we treat them in this way? We don't give them the same courtesy, the same respect that a woman gets with the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement goes for men too. It's not just women screaming abuse. There's men, there's boys being abused by women. By women. Yes, 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 yes. Aunties, nannies, teachers, women, older women with little boys. 8-year-old boys being touched up. I mean, allegedly, Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Show, Breakfast Club on the radio, Charlemagne the God has expressed a few times that he was touched up by an older woman when he was like 8 or 10 years old. But he didn't see nothing wrong with that because he thought it was cool. He thought he was grown. Because society tells the boys that losing your virginity or being sexual at a young age is the cool thing to do. It's the cool thing to do. Yeah, yeah. Society tells our boys that the cool thing to do is being overly sexualized, overly sexual, getting as much women as you can. And God, if you get it at 10, you're the man. How does that sound? How does that? Look at your little kids. Look at your 10-year-old children right now. Look at your 10-year-old sons and daughters right now. And imagine an older person tampering with them. Doesn't that make you feel something? Look at a little innocent 10-year-old boy, 8-year-old boy, 11, 12, even 15. Imagine them being assaulted, taken advantage of, not knowing. Do you know how evil that is? Do you know what damage you're doing? And the worst of all is us in society who are not taking it seriously, who are not creating a safe platform for men to be able to express themselves. We hear about women all the time, and rightfully so. But listen, I'm here to say we need to look out for our boys our sons, our brothers. We do. We can't just say the Me Too movement is just for women. It's for boys, it's for men, it's for anyone that's being abused, taken advantage of, manipulated sexually. You have to teach your sons. They have the same right to scream, "Somebody touched me." Your sons have the same rights to scream, "Somebody touched me." And we are supposed to do something about it. Not mock them, not laugh at them, not tease them, not brush it under the rug because they're boys. It needs to stop. It's disgusting. And now I'm hearing that RazB's interview, a cease and desist letter was sent to Jason Lee, Hollywood Unlocked, so that that interview wouldn't come out. Why shouldn't the interview come out? RazB is wanting them to take a lie detector test. If you're innocent, take the lie detector test, Chris Stokes. Take the lie detector test. But my thing is, let's all look at the story, and who knows who's telling the truth. But my thing is, what man, what grown-ass man, a grown man, would want to come and keep saying for years that another man has touched them? That's not something men do. If this boy wasn't hurting, if something wasn't up, he wouldn't be saying this over and over and over. And there's been other people, but they're not as brave and loud as him. And I think we all need to speak on this, because there's a little boy in your neighborhood, in your household, in your family, that's being abused and molested, and very scared to say something. Yeah. Scared to speak up, scared to report, because they feel like their family gonna look down on them. They feel that they've betrayed their family. It's bad enough when people come from abuse, they blame themselves. You automatically blame yourself. You automatically say it's your fault. Right? So it's already hard enough to be able to tell somebody, this happened to me. So it hurts me to see how people are mocking this boy, and society, because he's a man, society just treats it like it's nothing. Look at how they did R. Kelly. The whole world canceled R. Kelly. They jumped on it. For years, the rumor was spreading about R. Kelly. The world jumped on it because it was women. It was young girls. And rightfully so, y'all. Rightfully so. That's what we're supposed to do. But my message is, the same has to go for boys. The same has to go for boys. 1 in 6 males are molested, get molested. 1 in 6, that's a high rate. You know? Yeah, it's not as much as women. It's not. But that's still disturbing. It shouldn't even happen at all. And we need to start encouraging our boys, our sons, our brothers, any little boy, that their bodies matter too. Their feelings matter. What happens to them matters. What happens to them as kids matters. It takes a village to raise children. It takes a society to raise kids. And if we don't start talking about these things that matter, start empowering these young people, let them know that they're not alone. These things will keep happening. So as adults, please try and refrain from mocking men who are brave enough, have the courage enough to speak up and say they've been tampered with. As a man, you need to support that brother. You need to support that man. You need to support that boy. Not mock him. Your sexuality has nothing to do with you being a man or your manhood or anything like that. It doesn't. You're not a PUSSY because someone robbed you of your innocence, took a piece of you. That wasn't your fault. That was their fault. Never feel scared. Be brave. It's not your fault. It's their fault. Report it. You will be heard. Especially 2021, you will be heard. So if any of you listening to this, if I have any cookie effect young men, boys, listening to this, and you've ever been tampered with, look at me. I can feel your pain. I've been there. I've been there. So, please, you're not alone. Reach out. Reach out to me. If you're a man listening to this, you want someone to talk to, you feel that something happened to you when you were younger and you're not sure if it was abuse or if it was, talk about it. You will feel so much better. You'll be able to move on. And that's the reason RazB needs to have closure. Because you see, when something happens to you or you do something or something happens in your life, you cannot move on until that's resolved. You cannot move on until you have closure, acceptance and closure and forgiveness. But how is he supposed to have that if this man is denying he did that to him? The boy can't have closure. So take the test, Chris Stokes, and did it. If you didn't do anything, you didn't do nothing. So guys, my message to the world today is look out for our boys, our young men, our older men. Their lives matter too. They go through abuse. They get sexually molested and abused. But they don't have the same support women do. We need to start taking care of our men. Otherwise, there's not going to be enough good men out here. Not even for your daughters to marry. If our young men are broken, then your daughters have nothing. What future is there going to be for families? What future is there going to be for your happy marriages and happy relationships and happy youths, happy people? We need to talk about this so we can resolve this. Okay, it's a serious matter. If you're trying to check out the story, go to Hollywood Unlocked, Jason Lee, on YouTube. Go to RazB's page on Instagram. And yeah, comment down below what you think about this topic. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've experienced anything or you know of anyone who's experienced anything like this and they are men and they were brave enough to speak up. Let me know, because I feel like the more we talk about this, the more we shame the people, the perpetrators, the more people, more men, more boys feel confident to speak up. Okay, my battery's about to die, so I'm about to go now. All right, guys, on that note, hope you guys have a great day. Until next time, I'm your girl Cookie, Miss Capricorn, Miss Tell It Like It Is, Cookie Crew. Peace.